Hi guys, it's Carmen James here, and over the next couple of days I'm going to be talking to you about gut health. I practiced as a medical doctor for quite a few years, and one of the things that we had to deal with almost on a daily basis was chronic disease. Hippocrates was the father of medicine, and he famously said that all disease begins in the gut. Now, while that may be a sweeping statement and perhaps a little bit untrue, there is a lot of evidence that's pointing us back to the gut as the beginning of many chronic diseases. If you have imbalances and disturbances in your gut, you'll have symptoms like nausea, diarrhea, bloating, indigestion, heartburn. But also what we're finding is that other chronic diseases that are linked to inflammation can also be linked back to gut health. So anybody who's starting off on a health journey, or anybody who just wants to improve a chronic disease or prevent themselves from getting a chronic disease in the first place, or even if you just want to increase your energy levels and feel a little bit more comfortable with less bloating and indigestion, then focusing on your gut health is a really, really good place to start. Now, the lining of the gut is only one cell layer thick. Now that is really, really thin. We're talking microscopically thin. And if you think about what the gut has to do, it has to take the food which you ingest from the outside world, process it, break it down, and then absorb all the good stuff and make sure that the bad stuff stays out of your body. Now, one cell layer is really, really not much to play with. And so if there's any inflammation along the gut, what happens is that the integrity of that lining gets compromised. And so as a result, some bad stuff actually enters into the body through your digestive system, and that can cause what's called an inflammatory response. Now, inflammation or swelling in the gut is really, really an uncomfortable situation to be in, but it can also promote inflammation in the rest of the body, which is why gut disturbances has been associated with numerous chronic medical conditions. Things like eczema, psoriasis, rheumatism, or rheumatoid arthritis have all been linked to poor gut health. And so I really truly believe that if we're going to start trying to get our health back on track, then the gut is a really important place to start. Now, not only is your gut responsible for digesting the food that you take in, but the gut is also home to trillions of bugs. And these range from bacteria to viruses and sometimes even fungi. And what we're only now realizing is that you have more bug cells in your body than you have human cells in your body. And if you think about it, that is a really important discovery, because those bugs are doing a really important function. Not only are they keeping you safe from infections and contributing to your immune system, but they're also helping to break down and digest your food, and also they are responsible for producing things like hormones, which are critical to your body functioning. So over the next couple of days, I'm just going to touch on 5 simple ways that you can start to improve your gut health immediately. And today, on day 1, we're going to be talking about water. Now, water, H2O, a lot of people have problems with drinking water. They think it's quite boring and really just not fun to do. And there's a lot of controversy also about how much water exactly we should be drinking. And this truthfully really varies from person to person. It depends on your age, it depends on your activity level, but in general, women should be drinking at least 2.5 liters of water per day, and men should be taking in at least 3.5 liters of water a day. Now, bear in mind that some of that water is going to come from your diet. So things like fruit and vegetables are high in water. So if you're taking appropriate portions of fruit and vegetables, you should be getting at least 20% of your water from your food. Onto the water quality now. This is also another topic of controversy. As agriculture increases and as we use more things like pesticides and herbicides, our water supply is under constant threat. And so something you might consider is using a water filter in your home to reduce your exposure to harmful chemicals. Another thing that you can do is to use either stainless steel, glass, or BPA-free bottles to limit your exposure to harmful chemicals. Now, there are many benefits to increasing your water intake, but I'm just going to highlight 4 today. The first one is that increasing your water intake helps to reduce cravings. Oftentimes we confuse hunger for thirst, and as a result we reach for food and we start eating instead of drinking water. So increasing your water intake will help you to stop snacking and will reduce the amount of cravings that you experience in a day. Increasing your water intake can also improve your digestion. Now, fiber tends to get a lot of credit when it comes to improving your digestion, but really, fiber needs water so that it can absorb the water and improve your digestive health. Another benefit of drinking water is it helps to sharpen your mental focus. About 70% of your brain is comprised of water, and so making sure that you're hydrated can improve your ability to think clearly, to focus, and to stay alert. Also, water helps to eliminate some common signs of dehydration, things like headaches and fatigue, and if you increase your fluid intake, you will feel a lot more energized and be less likely to feel sluggish throughout the day. Now, a lot of people tell me, I hear all that, but I really don't enjoy drinking water. So here's just 3 tips that I'd like to give you to help to make increasing your water intake a little bit easier. First is if you squeeze a little bit of lemon or lime into your water. Sometimes just the acidity can help to change the taste of the water and can make it a little bit more pleasant to drink. Another thing that you can do is infuse your water with things like fruit, like berries or even citrus, or even some cucumber and some mint, just to make it a little bit more interesting for you to drink. Also, I would suggest that you invest in a reusable water bottle and carry that around with you wherever you go. That will encourage you to keep refilling it from time to time so that you can keep up on your fluid intake. I really hope that these tips have helped you, and I hope that you continue to join me throughout the week as we discuss some other tips on how to improve your gut health. Take care.